Uh, is it just me, or does Yarnum look a little bit different? Lies of P is a Souls-like game that takes inspiration from Bloodborne. In it, you play as Pinocchio. I'm serious, you are literally Pinocchio in this game. The city of Krat has been overrun by puppets and nobody is safe, and it's up to you to save it. At the start of the game, you are resurrected by a butterfly, which you will soon learn was actually Sophia talking to you. That's right, this game has a waifu in it just like all the other Souls-likes. Sophia is the NPC you will interact with to level up your character throughout the game. You give her Ergo, which are basically souls or runes or blood echoes, you get the idea. Ergo is also the power source for all the puppets in the game, including you. And since you seem to be the only puppet that hasn't gone completely crazy, I think there might be a little something fishy about Ergo, but who knows? The game is called Lies of P because throughout the story you'll be faced with the choice to either lie or tell the truth, and depending on your answer you'll get different endings to quest lines. You can make friends or enemies. I'm seeing a lot of replayability already right there. The first lie you tell is to get into Hotel Krat.
Grand Covenant's fourth law. A puppet cannot lie.
So according to the Grand Covenant's fourth law, puppets cannot lie, but we just did, somehow. Oh shit, you can break boxes? Okay, yeah, this game is just literally Bloodborne 2. Sophia explains to us that we need to locate our creator, Geppetto. He was last seen headed to Elysian Boulevard, so that's where we'll go. I level up a little, upgrade my Great Sword of Fate, and modify my Legion Arm. Your Legion Arm is where your special equipment goes and is used by pressing L2. It's a robotic arm that you can use to punch super hard or electrocute enemies, or use the puppet string to draw enemies in. I'm sure that there will be many other modifications that you can make, but those were the only ones in the demo. Then we talk to Antonia, and she gives us a new outfit, so we change from our puffy shirt into this cute little sailor outfit. Alright, let's stop digging around and get to what really matters in a Souls-like, the bosses. The first boss you fight in Lies of P is Parade Master. He's a giant robot that was originally built for entertainment, but then he went batshit crazy and now he wants to kill everybody in sight. His first phase is pretty straightforward, just dodge and then attack over and over. Initially I thought, this is it? That's all he's got? But then he goes into his second phase and that's when things get more interesting. He takes the cage off of his back and then rips his own head off and uses it as a weapon. Okay, that's pretty cool. Then he goes into a frenzy and starts wildly swinging it around like a baseball bat. This is when your skills are actually put to the test. He's so hard to dodge in his second phase that it makes more sense to just block his attacks. The way blocking works in this game is you still take a little bit of damage when you block, but you can gain your health back if you hit the enemy. It's sort of like the rallying system in Bloodborne used to regain health. Parrying, or perfect blocks is what it's called in this game, are a thing, but it doesn't seem you can knock big bosses back by parrying them. You can only land a perfect block and you will take no damage, just like I did right there. Notice the Parade Master will sometimes glow red before an attack. When an enemy glows like this, that means the only way you can block the attack is with a perfect block. And man is it satisfying when it lands. It took me a minute to get the hang of it, but it is so fun when it clicks. I think the Parade Master was a great first boss because he was definitely a challenge and he teaches you to adapt to how the game wants to be played. To go into the parrying system a little bit more, so you'll notice I take less damage when I block the attack, obviously. Then when I land a perfect block, I take no damage. And on top of that, the enemy's weapon broke and now it does less damage to me. That's a pretty cool mechanic too. I'm not sure what this guy's name is, but he is an asshole. I don't know what it is, but I just couldn't ever seem to get the timing of his attacks down. And so he whipped my ass again and again. When you finally beat him, he drops the police baton he was using. It seems like the worst weapon in the demo if you ask me. I don't like the moveset and it has almost no range at all. Shortly after killing the police robot, we make it to Elysian Boulevard and meet our first human enemy, the Mad Donkey.
You know what caused the puppet frenzy, don't you? You're their maker, practically their father. You and the alchemist scheming together. Tell me the truth. What's your problem? I'm here for the old man. Get lost. Wait. I know you. Or more like, I know what you are. You're the devil's puppet. You can't sneak past me. Die!
Upon meeting you, he recognizes you as a puppet and tries to kill you immediately. Sporting a donkey mask and wielding a giant saw, Mad Donkey is clearly not the most mentally stable guy. But honestly, who could stay sane in a world like this? It's really cool to see that we will have humanoid boss fights as well as giant robot boss fights. It makes the experience more diverse and fun in my opinion. Mad Donkey is probably the easiest boss in the demo, and while fighting him I discovered that you can backstab him just like you can to the puppets. After killing him, Geppetto steps out and greets you.
Finally, we meet, son.
It's a dream come true, seeing you like this.
I understand why some people despise me. I invented the puppets, after all. I should take responsibility as their maker. But in order for me to do that, I need to take care of the puppets at City Hall. Won't you help me, son? Take this. You'll find it most useful.
We get the Mad Donkey outfit, but more importantly, Geppetto gives us the Enigma Assembly Tool. You can use the Enigma Assembly Tool to make your own variations of weapons in the game. Like, let's take the Great Sword of Fate and put the electric coil stick handle on it. Now my Great Sword of Fate will have the moveset of the electric coil stick. This is such a cool idea, and I'm sure I'll be making endless combinations of weapons when the game comes out. The third and final boss of the demo you face is the Scrapped Watchman. Fighting him is like fighting a giant robot spider that jumps all over the place and shoots lightning. Actually, when you say it like that, that sounds kind of badass. He is definitely the most difficult out of the 3 bosses in the demo, but you can summon an NPC for help in the fight, so that makes it a little bit easier. I was having trouble with his first phase, so I knew that his second phase was really going to be a problem. But I hope this is a recurring theme for all the bosses in the game. It ramps up the stakes and makes the fight that much more fun. His attacks are pretty choreographed, so it's all about getting the timing of them down. Man, it is so satisfying to land those perfect blocks. Now we're entering his second phase, and this is when he starts to inflict electric shock, which does extra damage. Also, apparently I didn't know that you can't block grabs, because I'm a dumbass. But the animation of it looks pretty cool. I like what they did with the camera movement. After dying to him 3 times, I had learned his moves well enough, and I managed to beat him. After beating him, you can head back to Hotel Krat and talk to Geppetto, and that is the end of the demo. But I wanted to see what else Lies of P had to offer, so I decided to play it again, but use the electric coil stick this time. The electric coil stick is pretty much a Tesla coil with a baseball bat handle on it. That seems pretty cool to me, so let's see what it's like in the game. Since it's a blunt electric weapon, it scales in motivity and advance. It would be considered a strength/arcane build if it were a real Souls game. The only difference is the names of the stats are different. Motivity being strength and advanced being arcane. I put more levels into advanced because I wanted to see how powerful electric blitz damage is in this game. Against normal enemies like this one, it seems pretty effective. Compared to my first playthrough of the demo, this guy killed me like 4 times in a row, and I was able to beat him first try this time. Now here is only one of 2 issues I have with the demo, and this one is pretty small. Going up against the Scrapped Watchman again, but with an electric weapon this time, seemed kinda dumb. Since he inflicts electric shock, I would assume he has pretty high resistance to it, so my electric baseball bat didn't seem to do that much more damage than the greatsword. Seriously, I can't tell you enough how awesome it feels to land those perfect blocks, especially in succession like that. And just like that, he goes down again. He's a fun boss fight. I just wish they would have given us a different weapon, maybe one that does fire damage so we could have really slapped him around. Now it's time to go back to the hotel and talk to Papa Geppetto.
Ah, you've returned. Forgive a sentimental father for worrying about his son. Always remember that you're precious to me. Even when I ask you to do something dangerous. Speaking of which, there's a factory just beyond Elysian Boulevard. It's packed with countless puppets. My friend, the inventor Vanini, went to stop them, but he never came back. Please, go save him and shut down the factory. P organs are the source of your powers. Collect quartz to get the strength you need. Remember, the hotel is the last safe place in Krat. It's our only refuge in a city full of perils. It'll be extremely dangerous if anyone has ill intentions. Be careful who you tell about this place, especially if they're stalkers or alchemists. Be wary of dangerous people, and always be a good boy to me.
Lastly, you can use quartz to upgrade your P organ. I swear these dick jokes are just starting to write themselves. Your P organ might as well be your heart. In this case, we chose more pulse cells so we can heal ourselves 4 times instead of 3. But you can choose to upgrade other things like fatal attacks or a few other things I haven't gone over in this video like Fable Arts and the Groggy system. To simplify it, Fable Arts are special attacks you can do for more damage and each weapon has a different one. And the Groggy state is like staggering an enemy, then you can kill them with a charged heavy attack even if they have a lot of health left. There's a lot of things I didn't go over in this video, but if you've watched this far, you're clearly interested in the game, so please go check it out for yourselves. The demo is free and it is fun. My only real issue with the game is a character named Jiminy. He's a little robot that comes along with you on your journey and occasionally speaks to you. He's kind of annoying, but that is really my only issue with it. And on that note, thank you for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more videos like this one.